Hi, we're at the Junkers aircraft booth. And a year ago, at Sun and Fun, AOPA was able to fly the A50 Junior aircraft over here that has a Rotax 100 horsepower engine. Well, this year, Junkers came out with the A50 Heritage. And as you can see behind us, it looks a little bit different. So what we wanted to do, Marshall, is to walk around the aircraft and talk about what are the differences in the Heritage from the Junior.
AOPA keeps flying safe, accessible, and fun by protecting your freedom to fly. We are the most trusted one-stop resource for all things related to general aviation. Become an AOPA pilot today.
So the biggest difference, at least the most visible difference, is that radial engine. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that engine?
Yeah, so we put this radial engine on that is a 7-cylinder Verner Scarlett 7U, made in Czechoslovakia, but it's a very reliable power plant. Has that stunning round engine look, but also the sound. That's something that we definitely wanted to capture. The black is the air inlet. The stainless side is the exhaust. And this is the low pressure oil line. And here you've got the high pressure oil line. So the oil feeds into the top cylinders and then makes its way down and then it's scavenged from there.
And how much horsepower on this engine?
So it's rated at 124 brake horsepower.
Okay.
Yep.
And what kind of propeller? Is it a similar propeller? No, it's a wood propeller.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one of our more notable visual features that we wanted to incorporate was we went from the MT composite to the MT all wood, which they graciously partner with us to do in the antique wood stain and the slightly off-white antique tips.
Well, the other difference is that, is it just a one-passenger aircraft? Or is there a place for...
Yeah, right now it's configured in that Ferry configuration, what we would call it, where the front seat's been covered and the windscreen's been removed.
Okay.
But it'll be sold and built as a two-seater aircraft, just like the Junior. Yeah, two-place.
Fantastic.
And that echoes the some of the archival footage and photos that we have where solo pilots would have either put a Ferry tank up front or just gone solo and would have covered that with a rigid aluminum cover.
What other changes have been made to the airframe or electronics or anything else that are not visible?
The airframe is largely untouched.
Okay.
We have all the re-engineered connection points, like the tail wheel is the machined aluminum part versus what would have been probably stamped or cast or forged aluminum. We've also reintroduced the spun aluminum wheel covers that give it a nostalgic look, and it kind of gives it a sleeker look. Well, my favorite thing about the aircraft is probably the windscreen that's been totally redesigned, and we brought the archival footage and imagery, and we're able to reform the aluminum frame that it sits in, and it's a flat glass, split glass screen. Yeah, it's one of the more prominent features that needed to stay true and be redesigned and revisited by our design team.
So the Heritage has a 124 horsepower engine versus the 100 horsepower on the Junior. What do you anticipate performance is going to be like?
Obviously an increase in cruise. The throttle response is going to be something different than what we're used to or what someone's used to if they've been behind a Rotax 912.
Well, Marshall, thank you very much for showing us some of the differences between the A50 Junior and the A50 Heritage.
Of course.
I mean, I think the Junior is a really beautiful. I love the streamlined nose and the Garmin G3X avionics. I mean, those are sort of hard to beat. But who doesn't love a radial? And as you said, I'm sure it's going to sound amazing. I can't wait to hear it. Hopefully we'll have a chance to fly this sometime in the future.
I will get you a ticket on board.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Colin.